I have to giggle because I have to say here that it's time for Money Matters. It's always time for Money Matters. It's down the wire for tax season. Many of you are owing money for the first time. What? That's what you're getting a lot of times when these accountants call you and say, you know, you owe a couple bucks. Chris Shreves is the president and CEO of Circle of Advisors. He doesn't owe anything because he plans ahead. He's smart about this stuff. He's here to talk about what he's observed and, more importantly, how we can prepare for next year. Thanks, Chris, for coming in. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
A lot of people are shocked this year because normally they either come real close to breaking even or maybe they get a few bucks back. And this year, that's not the case in many cases.
In many cases, yeah. A lot of people are getting a little surprised saying that they owe some money. But what they forgot about is that they earned more money on their paycheck. So therefore, they didn't adjust their withholdings for that.
Which they may not have even noticed. I mean, the amount that you make on each paycheck is fairly small, but at the end of 52 weeks, it can add up.
Definitely adds up, yeah. That's really important. And you know, we are getting to the end of tax season, and the one thing I want to try to remind people about is right now, we're really still in the lowest taxable environment that we've seen in 2 decades. You know, so with regards to our income, that is a beautiful thing, but right now is when we need to be maybe paying more tax so that we can put more money into Roths right now, because you know, this new law that we're working under right now will sunset eventually, and so the tax rates go back to what they were then, and if you're retiring, then you're going to end up paying a boatload of taxes if you don't have money set aside that you can pull out tax-free.
Right. Let's talk about that more, because I want to make sure people understand that. Because we're paying lower taxes right now, it's a good time to take that taxed money that we've paid taxes on, where a lot of you think about when you contribute to your 401ks or your IRAs or everything, you feel like, oh, it's tax-free. I get to put that aside. I don't have to pay tax on it. It may be wise now for many of us to take that tax money and put it toward a Roth IRA.
That's correct.
Because down the road, when we take that money back, we don't have to pay taxes on it.
That's exactly correct. Everybody wants to think about right now, how can I lower my reportable earnings? But you're going to pay now or pay later, you know, on tax, right? If there's a taxable consequence to the purchase that you make. And so, yeah, we put money into a regular 401k or regular IRA. We're going to end up not paying as much tax this year. Well, that's great, but because we're in the lowest tax environment that we've ever been in at this point, and will be for the short future, we need to try to go on ahead and pay the tax, bite the bullet, because you're going to pay a lot less now than you will in the future.
I got you. We have to think about not only the environment we're in, but look ahead to the environment that we will be retiring in. And that's really, I mean, you can't predict the stock market. They always say that, and that's volatility is one of the things that you always talk about that comes back to bite us. But it's nice to be able to say, listen, you're not going to be paying lower taxes in the future. I think we all know that. That's pretty much a given.
Well, it is an absolute given, because there's a sunset provision in the new tax law that tells us, hey, it's going to go back the way it was before, right? So, I mean, knowing
one of the few things we do know.
So why don't you work with it?
Sure.
So that's what we're really trying to get our clients to understand. So, you know, if they haven't finished up at this point, or if they have finished up even, and they just want to try to start planning for the future so that they can get some absolutely tax-free income, they need to come sit down and talk to us, and we'll go through what they've done and what they can do.
Okay, is it too late to go back and amend if you wanted to? If you'd already turned in your taxes and you wanted to?
Well, I'm not going to say it's too late to amend.
But it's
it's hardly worth it.
Start thinking those ways. And you know, we always say, I'm going to talk to my guy. I'm going to get set up this year. I'm not just going to do my taxes and walk away. I'm going to set myself up for next year. Do it this year.
Do it this year.
That's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
If you'd like to get in touch with a Securus advisor for a free consultation in which they will provide much wisdom, like Chris just did here, 636-720-1900 or 800-720-4252, or on the web at circleofadvisors.com.